Hello everyone, this is Noah Henderson, the Thomas fan, and today I bring to you a very special video. Today, I am going to show you my entire collection of Thomas and Friends minis. So just to note though, before I start, I am actually a noob, like a capital N-oob of these Thomas minis. So there will be some characters that I probably don't know the names of. You can correct me if you want to, but you would probably have to give a long list. And also, all of this arrangement, this took me 2 days to arrange this. 2 days. It was pretty stressful, but I finally got this, all of this organized. So, all of this top row, including that row, is all of the silly steamies. And, this row is all the Devious Diesels row. And this is the road vehicles, coaches, and rolling stock rows. So we're going to start off at the top with all these silly steamies. And, we're going to start off here with all of the Thomases. And trust me, I have a lot of them. So let's get started. Here is the classic Thomas. We have the gold Thomas, the platinum Thomas, the transparent Thomas, this light up Thomas. There we go. The light up Thomas, the glow in the dark Thomas, the Santa Claus Thomas, the construction Thomas, a SpongeBob Thomas, a Thomas Comes to Breakfast, a Soapsy Sudsy Thomas, a Batman Thomas, a Racer Thomas, a Superman Thomas, another Superman Thomas version, a Zebra Thomas, a Power Rangers Thomas, and in the back, the Monkey Banana Thomas. Here are all of my Edwards. We have Classic Edward. We have the Robot Edward. We have the Steelworks Edward. Sorry, I had a little forgot there. Paint Splattered Edward. I believe that's a DC Super Friends. Sorry, I can't talk. And this Metallic Edward. Here are all my Henrys. We have this Classic Henry, this Lightning Bolt Transparent Henry. I believe that's the Neon Henry. Sorry. We have this Transparent Henry. Looks pretty cool. I have no idea what that Henry is. I believe that's a Spooky Henry. Please correct me if I'm wrong. We have the Winter Scarf Henry and this Robot Henry. Here are all my Gordons. We have this Metallic. We have the Metallic Gordon. We have this Frosty Frozen Gordon. I believe that's a Power Ranger Gordon. We have a SpongeBob Squidward Gordon. And we have this Space Gordon. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can tell me. Anyway, here are all the Jameses, because somebody has to pay the favorite. Sorry about that. Anyway, here's Classic James. We have the James from the Superstation, the glow-in-the-dark James, Flash James, Jingle Bells James, the Steelworks James, Paint Splatter James, and the Power Rangers James. Here are all my Percys. We have the Classic Percy. We have the Robin Percy. The glow-in-the-dark Percy. The Cave Mine Percy. I don't know what it is. A Dino Skull Percy. This bubbly soapsy Percy, this transparent purple blob Percy thing, a SpongeBob Patrick Percy, the metallic Percy, the Tootsie Roll Percy, and the Power Rangers Percy. Here are all of my Tobies. We have the Robot Toby, the Night Toby with all these s'mores, a Gingerbread House Toby, and a SpongeBob Toby. Here is my Butterfly Duck. Unfortunately, he's going to be all by himself until I get some others. But anyway, here are all of my Emilys. We have Classic Emily, Nighttime Emily, I think that's a Spooky Emily, a Power Rangers Emily, a Gingerbread House Emily, a SpongeBob Emily, I don't know what the name is though, a Poison Ivy Emily, and I have no idea what that is. I think that's like a dino one. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. Here are all of my porters. We have the Classic Porter. I have no idea what that porter is, nor this one. The Spooky Batty porter, and this Football Porter. Here are all of my Rosies. We have Power Rangers Rosie, this weird unicorn Rosie. I think that's a DC Super Friend. I think that's another SpongeBob. I think that's Sandy. I don't know. Maybe you guys can tell me. And this Supergirl Rosie. Here are all of my Millies. We have Classic Millie. I think that's a Robot Millie. Oh wait, this is Sandy. I have no idea what that one was. Here's Sandy Millie. Catwoman Millie. Harley Quinn Millie. I have no idea what that Millie is. And I think that's a Construction Millie. Here are all of my Charlies. We have Classic Charlie. We have this Riddler Charlie. I believe that's a Neon Charlie. And the glow-in-the-dark Charlie. And here are all of my Samsons. We have Classic Samson. I think that's a Dino Samson. I have no idea what that Samson is. Maybe it's a DC Super Friend. And I think this is like a Super Spy Samson. I have no idea. Maybe you guys can tell me. Here are all of my Fast and Sexy Spencers. Here is Classic Spencer. I think that's a Space Spencer. An Old School Spencer. I think that's a DC Super Friend Spencer. We have Racer Spencer. And the SpongeBob Gary Spencer. Sorry. Here are all my Lukes. We have Classic Luke and Old School Luke. And here are all of my Bashes/Dashes. We have Classic Bash, and we have Classic Dash. And we have, I think that, yeah, it's a Neon Basher Dash. I think that's a SpongeBob Basher Dash. And this Racer Dash. Here are my Bill/Bens. We have Christmas Ornament Biller Ben. We have this Lemon Biller Ben. We have a Giraffe Biller Ben. A Tennis Biller Ben. A Finding Nemo Biller Ben. I think that's a Super Spy Biller Ben. And another Lemon Biller Ben. Here are all of my Ferdinands. That's right. Why did I say that? We have Classic Ferdinand. We have this Candy Chocolate Ferdinand. I believe that's a Super Spy Ferdinand. And I think that's a DC Super Friend, or SpongeBob. I have no idea. Here are all my Victors. We have Classic Victor, a DC Super Friends Victor, a Construction Victor. I think that's another construction. Well, not a construction. DC Super Friends, and I think that's another Power Ranger. Here are all of my Skarloe's. We have Classic Skarloey. We have the Candy Cane Skarloey. We have a Mr. Krabs Skarloey. And I think that's another DC Super Friend. Here are my Stanleys. Welcome, Stanley! We have Panda Stanley. I think that's... Oh, wait. I have no idea what that Stanley is. And there's an apple. Stanley. The next row of silly Steamies are... So here are my Stevens. We have Classic Steven. This light up Steven. We have the Dino Steven. And I believe that's a DC Super Friend. Steven. Here is my Young Bao. Fortunately, he's going to be all by himself, too, until I get more. Here are my heroes. Here's Classic Hero and a Power Rangers Hero. Oh, God, my voice really hurts now from talking. Here are my Gators. Here is the Dino Gator. We have the Green Lantern Gator. And I think that's a Gator. Gator. That's pretty cool. Here are all my Scruffs. Here's Classic Scruff. That's a DC Super Friends Scruff, I believe. And I think that's Power Rangers. Here are my bells. We have the light up bell. Can't get it right. There we go. And we have a DC Super Friend or Power Rangers. I have no idea. And those are all of my silly Steamies.